What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you some details in regards to the claims that are directly related to Mark Basil's actions or inactions, and I have to say that they have some crucial points in it. On top of that, and it is the most important part of today's video, I will explain you in details what might be the price of next bridge hydrocarbon shares that will be established by the most recent S1 filing, and I have to say that 40 million shares that might be sold in upcoming months might change a lot in our case. And I will explain you what is the difference in between, for example, 10 cents price for share up to $10 per share in regards to most recent updates. On top of that, guys, I will show you some interesting facts that some people are still trying to attack our community from the outside of the community itself, and it is quite interesting update. And that is why, guys, stay tuned. And before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. And let's start with this tweet. On my yesterday's video, I showed you this tweet that was written by Mark Basil, and he started this tweet with this sentence: "What's the point of attacking me or my client?" And he refers to a lot of tweets that basically were written by people inside the MMTLP community with the claims that Mark Basil does nothing in order to push the case of his RICO case, basically where Anna Trades is the lead plaintiff. He doesn't work properly in order to push this case forward. And here is the trend continuation. Let me show you these several tweets that were written by positive and negative. So, first of all, I want to read this tweet as well. What's the point of attacking me or my client? Exactly, what point are you attempting to prove? Do you not read? Have you read the compliant and motion practice and still think my client is on the wrong side? You don't know what we know, and all people do is try to discredit our attempts to get to the truth, just because it's through the courts and not on social media. And guys, let me show you these responses. Positive and negative wrote this. Wow, okay then, I agree and disagree with many members. I even stood up for you a couple times, but if I hired a lawyer and that lawyer was hanging out with the people who don't want me to win, I would be very worried. Subscrew allows you to speak because they know we don't like it. And he also added, I don't care what you guys know that we don't know. Lawyers usually keep quiet until the time is right. They don't go on social media saying, I know this and I know that, and I'm not telling you what I know. Not sure what type of tactic that is, but sounds like a press school to me. And he also added this: what you're doing would be the same as FINRA's lawyers hanging out with MMTLP community. And Mark responded to this. I wish they would, because then you can ask them questions and determine from those answers what they think. Guys, I have to say that it is quite interesting statement, and in my personal opinion, FINRA's employees and FINRA's lawyers read very carefully all the tweets, and probably they even watch my videos on a daily basis, because this is pretty much one of just a couple of sources of information that is combining all the news that is basically make it more readable and understandable for the MMTLP community, and this news might also change something in their policy. And guys, I have to say that basically, I understand all the claims that some people might argue in their statements, but at the same time, guys, Mark was one of the first lawyers who supported the MMTLP community, and he did it publicly through his Twitter account. Unfortunately, All the litigations and basically the litigation processes in general are quite long procedures, and it is not his fault that he don't have so much clients and his clients didn't give him enough, for example, enough information or any other issues that could happen in regards to our case. But in general, guys, in my personal opinion, for now we have just one most promising path to the resolution, and it is the litigation. And for now we have just two RICO cases on the table. One of them was filed by Mark Basile, and the second one was filed by Scott Drott. And that is why, guys, we have to keep an eye on each and every actions that is surrounding our case, and that is the only way how we can push the case forward together. And in my opinion, it is extremely important to understand. So let me change the narrative of today's video, and let me show you this tweet that was published by Junk Savvy. She wrote it just several hours ago. Heads up, I received some clarity regarding the 40 million share offering. Once the S1 is made effective, NBH will file for a fixed price per share for up to 40 million shares. They are not required to sell all 40 million shares. Also, they will not be picking and choosing to whom they sell. Growth Capital will facilitate those sales. We may or not know who purchased the shares depending on quantity and filings. And monies received from this capital rise will appear in Q3 or Q4 filings, depending on if and when they are sold. Hope this helps. And guys, just several days ago, we know that NextBridge Hydrocarbons filed their S1 statement, and I have to say that this statement didn't clarify the price. Let me show you somewhere here. This statement didn't clarify the price of 40 million shares that potentially might be sold. And definitely it is a delusional process, and on the one hand it is not the best part, but on the other hand, guys, I think this offering has much deeper goals that you can think on the first glance. And let me explain you. So first of all, take a look right here. We have up to 40 million shares that might be sold. The price is unidentified at this very moment. As you can see, it is a blank space of the price in this statement. And that is why, guys, we have basically several possibilities. Let's assume that the price for these shares is just 10 cents per share. In this case, when they sell all these shares, they will have only $4 million on their books. And guys, take a look right here. What will be the use of proceeds? And they said, we expect to use the proceeds from the offering to fund our drilling and exploration activities in order to meet our drilling obligations, as well as for general corporate purposes, which include funding working capital and operating expenses. See use of proceeds. And guys, this means with the price of just 10 cents, it will not be enough, this $4 million will not be enough to cover all their expenses at that moment. But if the price of shares is $1, it means they can they can receive basically up to $40 million. And this is quite substantial amount of money, and I think this will be more than enough to operate for at least a couple of years. But guys, at the same time, $1 price threshold is not the price that we all want. And our personal threshold for this is about $2.9 per share. In this case, they can receive up to $115.8 million. But guys, the most important part is not here, is not the price itself. According to Junk Savvy, as you can see, wait a second, NBH will file for a fixed price per share for up to 40 million shares. This means, depending on the price itself and depending on the level of this price, will it be above $2.9 or below this threshold, In this case, we will be able to basically find out how many shares it needs to cover some short positions on next bridge hydrocarbons. And for now, guys, we know for sure that according to FINRA, take a look right here. Wait a second. Here's the official statement. It is a FAQ statement that was filed. It is a supplemental FAQ that was filed on November the 6th of last year. And here you can see, let me quote it for you. Based on FINRA's subsequent regulatory efforts, FINRA estimates that there was an aggregate short interest position in MMTLP in accounts held at broker-dealers as of December 12 of approximately 2.65 million shares out of 165.47 million total shares outstanding, which is not significant percentage, only 1.6% of the total share outstanding. But guys, this number is basically confirmed by FINRA. Next one, we know that Greg McCabe, in response to this FAQ, he filed another letter with the SEC, and he said that there is much more short positions that were transferred abroad in order to hide from FINRA, and these positions might be several times higher than just 2.65 million shares. In this case, guys, if the number of counterfeit shares, if the number of shares shorted is more than 40 million, and on top of that, all the shorters will be forced to close their short positions, regardless of the location of these positions, whether it is on the books of US broker-dealers or other broker-dealers that are located abroad. In this case, guys, the price of $2.895, and it is the last price for MMTLP shares, will be drastically exceeded by the demand from the side of buyers. And guys, in this case, if the price is at least $5, next bridge hydrocarbons can collect up to $200 million if they sell the entire number, 40 million shares. They can collect up to $200 million. But guys, don't be confused. This price is not the price, is not your share price. It is the price of this offering. And definitely it is another tricky part of this statement, and it is another gray area. But in my opinion, the price, the main goal for this S1 statement, on top of the money itself, is to reveal the real number of short positions, and is to find out how many broker-dealers are forced to cover their short positions. And in this case, guys, if the price of this offering is higher than $2.9, this means we have lack of shares, and this means short positions is much higher than 40 million shares. And guys, it is just my assumption, but I think through this S1 statement, when it becomes effective, in this case, we will know much more, and we will find out the status of the short sales. We will not find the number of these short positions, but with the threshold of $2.895 and the price of this stock offering, we will know for sure if we have more than 40 million shares shorted on next bridge hydrocarbons or not. And this is the crucial point. Next one, guys, take a look right here. Charles Gasparin, the person who attacked MMTLP community back in the days, just recently became active again, and 18 hours ago he wrote, "This is so remarkable given the non-stop BS on this story by some MMTLP people like Dennis Neal and Johnny Tabaka." And Dennis Neal responded to him, "Dude, I read the SEC complaint that Representative Ralph Norman, who came on my podcast What's Bugging Me, is talking about. It is a ruse and a distraction, like SEC case against Atlas or whatever the name was. That case got thrown out. MMTLP cover-up continues." And he also added this, "Just did bad. Ralph Norman on my podcast," and by the way, he refers, wait a second, he refers to this, to this tweet that was written by Charles Gasparino. Listening to Ralph Norman pull a Kamala Harris on their MMTLP quackery must have been funny for Dennis Neal and Johnny Tabaka, and of course karma collects to endure. Sad, huh? And Dennis Neal wrote, just did by Ralph Norman on my podcast also was confused by SEC case against Atlas. He wrongly thought it was against TRCH and MMAT executives. Case dismissed by a judge who said no crime occurred in token stocks online. But case did distract them from real culprits, FINRA and hedges. And on top of that, guys, I want to pay your attention to this tweet as well, and it was reposted by Roman Soups. And take a look right here. Roman Soups is the person who also an MMTLP shareholder, but his position is quite tricky. And wait a second. He's also trying to attack people from MMTLP community. And he's claiming that these people don't know what they have to do in order to push this case forward. But guys, take a look right here. RareDD, in response to the tweet of Dennis Neal and in support of Dennis Neal himself, he wrote this. In case random noodle-related post attempt to spread misinformation. The post below might help to understand why. And he refers to his own tweet that was published on July the 4th, and he added several screenshots, guys. And guess what? These screenshots are showing you that Roman Soups was the pumper of MMAT back in the days. More than 1 year ago, he tried to pump MMAT, and previously he tried to pump MMTLP. So, right here you can see, wait a second, somewhere here. Yes, he wrote this on March 28th of last year. I must have been really wasted. I used to get blackout drunk, then go on Reddit to try pump MMTLP. I guess it worked, but nobody paid attention when I said to sell. Oh well, next time. And guys, this is his own tweet, and I have to say that it is not the best behavior, I would say. And that is why, guys, this person doesn't have any right to show any other MMTLP community member what we have to do. And no one, guys, no one can tell you that you were fool when you entered MMTLP, when you bought the TRCH or MMTLP shares back in the days. Because the market is quite tricky by definition. And it is very difficult to understand which type of asset might skyrocket and which type might be shorted to oblivion. That is why we all understand all the risks, but these risks are not related to the illegal actions that were performed by FINRA and SEC. And we are fighting not against the pumpers and dumpers and potential pumpers and dumpers of MMTLP, MMAT and TRCH and other stocks. We are fighting against the illegal actions of major hedge funds and authorities. And that is why we are here, and that is why we have 2 RICO lawsuits. And guys, take a look right here. In response to Charles Gasparino tweet, John A.R. Intel wrote, listen to your BASH professional journalists, market experts and professionals about MMTLP that hasn't traded in 20 months. Make everyone see you are probably part of the fraud and market manipulation. Or why else would you care? Is someone paying you? And she added the hashtag RICO. And in response to this tweet, Scott Roth, the person who filed a RICO lawsuit, wrote this. Did someone say RICO? Wait, don't tell me, doesn't RICO cover market manipulation? Now this could get interesting, as I will in all likelihood be allowed to amend the first amended complaint to address any shortcomings identified by the 10 lawyers. I think it's 10. I kinda lost count after the Chicago guys filed, then the Boston guys, then the Burlington guys and girls that have been hired by GTS, Ari, Schwab Story and FINRA. We all know Cassimates gets added after she got smashed by Polychorus for refusing to burn Ari on the illegal way MMTLP was born into trading. Gasparina might be worth a deposition anyway in MMTLP, with questions about AMC and GME being vital to establish a pattern and practice of conduct and prior predicate acts. Just thinking out loud, you all enjoy your Labor Day weekend, stick to your guns, and remember what President John F. Kennedy said. Ask not what the savages in the MMTLP community can do for you. Ask what you can do for the savages in the MMTLP community. JFK, probably. So guys, I have nothing to add to this statement, and yes, we have some people who are trying to attack us, and these people just recently became more active, and this is a very good sign. On top of that, guys, don't be confused with the price of shares and with this offering that was recently disclosed by the S1 statement of Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. On top of that, guys, do not try to attack any of our internal community members like Mark Basil and even Roman Soups, because we are in one boat and our main goal is to fix this problem. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack.